Joining us now to talk more about this measles outbreak, Newsmax Deputy Health Editor Nick Tate. Nick is the author of the book, Da Vinci's Baby Boomer Survival Guide, Live, Prosper, and Thrive in Your Retirement. Nick, if I could offer a simple amendment, we're both boomers, but we're not retired yet, so we want to thrive right now.
Absolutely.
All kidding aside, this measles outbreak.
Yes.
Heading beyond California, how likely is it to spread nationwide?
I think there's a good likelihood that we're going to see more cases. And the reason is not just because of the risks of folks coming over the border who are unvaccinated, but average Americans in many cases are not vaccinating their kids. There's been a trend in the last 10 or 15 years of parents not in fact vaccinating their children out of concerns that they cause side effects, and that's leaving a lot of children unvaccinated. And when you go to a place like Disney World, which is the, as you say, the happiest place on earth, but also a place that a lot of children go, many of them who have not yet had their vaccines, which begin at about 1 year of age, you've got a lot of potentially kids who are exposed who are not protected, and that's what's really happening here.
There has been concern over a decade about vaccines and a possible tie to autism and other complications. Is this a case where, in your opinion, fear has won out over facts?
Well, my opinion is, yeah, that there have been some studies that had suggested that in very, very rare cases there may be a connection, but a lot of those studies have really been shot down. And if you believe the consensus scientific medical opinion, it is that the vaccines are safe, they're effective, and the dangers of getting measles are far greater. The risks you put your child in if you do not vaccinate your child is far greater, the risk, than if you in fact go for the vaccination. Now, that doesn't mean we should stop investigating, and we should, whether the vaccines can become safer and whether in some rare cases there may be connections to side effects that are significant. But for the time being, this is really the best we have to protect our kids.
You see this in Mexico, and there's our porous border, and you combine that with a lack of inoculations, a lack of vaccines, and here we are with the western United States. You see that measles outbreak spreading. A minute and a half remains. In 1 minute's time, for parents who now see their kids with the measles, what should they be doing?
Well, if your kids, obviously you need to see a doctor. There are some things you can do if the kids get measles. Vitamin A does seem to lower the severity. But if you're trying to decide as a parent whether you should vaccinate your child or not, your first stop should be your doctor, your pediatrician. In fact, there is now a backlash against parents who are not vaccinating their children. Many pediatricians are saying, you don't vaccinate your kid, I can't treat your kid because we don't want that child in my office, potentially exposing other children to the vaccine. So talk with your doctor, do your research, and make sure you're not getting it from just one source. Consider all the options.
And as we consider options, not only for our kids, not only pending this measles outbreak, Nick Tate, we want to consider our options as baby boomers. As again, you have written the newly released book, Da Vinci's Baby Boomer Survival Guide, and you can get it by going to the website newsmax.com/boomers911. That's newsmax.com/boomers911. And when you come back next time, we're going to get the true story on the title, how you chose to call it Da Vinci's Baby Boomer Survival Guide.
You got it.
Fair enough? So
Thank
you'll
you.
want to hang around for all of that. We'll be back with more here on America's Forum. Stay tuned.